Filana, today we're going to talk about the #1 food that stops gut pain and kills pathogens quickly, and it's likely one that will surprise you because it's so overlooked. So it's under here, if you want to give it a guess. It's a food that you know, I know, but we just don't eat it. It's just like our digestion, like it's completely overlooked. Only if there's a problem with it, we start noticing it and we start like, oh my God, we're gonna do something. Or we're gonna eat that thing. If you have a guess, let me know in the comments below. And this food is especially amazing if you're dealing with acid reflux, gastritis, stomach pain, bloating, gas, constipation, but also diarrhea. It's great if you have spasms, intestinal spasms, liver issues, fatigue, high cholesterol, but also if you have inflamed skin, if you have breakouts, you have hives. Skin issues can be outside or inside your gut. Now is the moment when I'm going to show you my best friend. We're going to turn it around so it looks ready. The pear. Did you think that? Did any one of you guys put that in the comments that it is a pear? Did that surprise you? Now, before we go into the massive health benefits of the pear and why this fruit is so amazing, I want to know from you, when was the last time you ate a pear? If you write never, it's okay too. Just let me know. Share with us in the comments below. You know how the pear was called in ancient times? Homer called it a food of the gods. Right? This is how powerful and delicious a pear, who we often overlook and just eat an apple because it's, yeah, why actually? See those little granules in the pear flesh? Those are loaded with phytochemicals, with trace minerals, with amino acids like L-lysine that is antiviral. If you remember, I also have a video about L-lysine up here if you want to check that out. One of the amazing things of pears is that this combination of trace minerals and amino acids helps to expel, helps to bind to toxins, especially pesticides that you have in your system, in your liver, in your gut, binds to them and gets them out of the system, because they tend to get stuck there if you don't have the right vehicle to drive them out. And pears do exactly that. Recently had a one-on-one client who was dealing with massive IBS attacks. Like literally everything there was a complete spasm. And we did a mono diet for, I think it was 4 days in total, of just pears. Because pears act as an antispasmodic. And they also soothe the lining of your gut and of your stomach. So if you're dealing with gastritis, stomach pain, cramping, pears are amazing for that. As we're already talking about the stomach, one of the most important juices in your stomach is stomach acid, hydrochloric acid, which is not the same as if you're just taking a pill, and is also not the acid that is coming up if you're having acid reflux. You might have heard me talking about in some of the stomach healing videos about hydrochloric acid, how to build that up. Pears, besides of celery juice, are one of the best ways. They're actually also nutrient dense, not just like celery juice, you actually get something in your stomach. Pears work threefold. They raise your good stomach acid, they help prevent stomach ulcers and intestinal cancer and stomach cancer, which often is a big fear from people who are suffering with stomach issues. And the third one, and this is the important one, because if you hear acid, then you think, oh my God, my acid reflux is getting worse. No, because the bad acids come from bacteria, and pears help to kill off pathogenic bacteria in your stomach, but also in your small intestine and in your colon. Pears help to starve and to kill also parasites and unhealthy fungi which are lingering in your stomach and in your small intestine. Last but not least on the benefits list, before we come to how to eat the pear the best for getting the best benefits, you've been taking antibiotics or other medication which often has a negative impact on your gut health and can burn wounds into your soft and smooth lining, then pears are very restorative. They help to build new cells and restore that gut lining for you. Best way to eat the pears, I already shared about Sophie, my one-on-one client who was dealing with massive IBS attacks. The way we did it there was mono meals. So if you're somebody who is dealing with a lot of food allergies, very upset, very sensitive stomach, I recommend to eat pears on an empty stomach when they are ripe, like soft and juicy, then they're the easiest to be digested. With pears, it's a little bit different than with bananas. Bananas you should never eat unripe when they're crunchy or when they're green or even if they're yellow and don't smell really intensely yet. But with pears, you can eat them if they're still crisp and not yet soft. This is great if you, for example, want to lower your cholesterol. It brings out a little bit better the mucus if they're still crisp. But I prefer personally for taste and for easy absorption, to eat them when they're already juicy. As a mono meal, that's the best one for breakfast, even better. So you get like the extra liver boost and the extra cleansing effect because you haven't eaten any fat or any heavy proteins yet. And the second way to do it is in the smoothie. So try to replace, next time you use an apple, try to replace it for a ripe pear and see what happens.